and certainly we want to welcome everyone. Beautiful day out there today, and you know what's going to happen tomorrow, just what we've been used to here, probably some more rain. But all of you students, just remember that with each passing day, less and less chance of us having snow. So as we get on toward the end of March here, we get on into April, probably not much of a chance there. But anyway, we're happy that you're here, and we're going to move along with the agenda here. Call upon Vice Chair Mrs. Teresa Branch for the invocation for the board.
Good evening. Thank you for being here this evening. We have lots of items on our agenda, all kinds of items dealing with personnel and recognition and budget, all kinds of things. But what I hope we remember most as we go through this evening is the quote from this educator. The best education does not prepare students for a test or for college or for a job. It prepares them to keep learning. Let's please pause for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Branch. Next, we have the Pledge of Allegiance, and we have the Student Council from Lower Creek School, and we've got the Principal, Julia Levitt, with us, and we would like for her to introduce the students that she brought with her.
Well, and actually, I would love to introduce our staff sponsor for our Student Council. She's been doing this for some time. Miss Pewitt, if you would introduce our students for us, and thank you for being here tonight.
Aubrey Norris, our president. Zach Martin, our vice president. Colbin Mackey. Emily Simmons. Abby Clark. Emma Combs. Scarlett Starnes. Maya Jenkins. Cadence Wisnett. And Molly Ford. Aubrey.
Thank you. If everyone, please stand if you can. Students, y'all go ahead and when we're ready, when you're ready.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We truly appreciate all of you being here and helping us out with the pledge. We're going to move along with the approval of the agenda, which the board's had opportunity to review. Do I hear a motion that we approve the agenda as presented?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second?
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have a series of minutes. We need to approve the work session and closed session minutes and general account on February the 5th, 2020. Do I hear a motion we approve that set of minutes?
Chairman Pendle, I move that we approve the work session and closed session minutes and general account from February 5th, 2020.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or additions or deletions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes on that. Next is the regular session meeting that we had on February 10th, and also a closed session minute and general account minutes from that evening as well. Do I hear a motion we approve those minutes?
Chairman Pendle, I move that we approve the February 10th minutes as presented.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you. Is there a comment or a question? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes on that. Next, we have announcements, and I'd like to recognize a fellow board member, Mr. Chris Bumgarner.
Thank you, Chairman Pendle. All right, several things coming up here in the next month. On March the 12th, the board will have master board training here at the Education Center. March the 20th will be an early release day for schools. And on March the 23rd, the board will be in the schools doing school visits. We'll go to Kings Creek, Lower Creek, High Brighton, and William Lenore.
Thank you, Mr. Bumgarner. pass it on now to our superintendent for some more announcements. Dr. Phipps?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a mental health summit scheduled here in Caldwell County on March the 17th. This is an outreach effort that we've made to other school districts around us to find out what they're doing to provide support and be proactive in the mental health area. We want to learn from them and share with one another and hopefully build up the services that we're able to provide. I want to remind everyone that the Ag Expo is going to be held on March the 27th and 28th. All of our 7th graders will be a part of that. On the 28th, it'll be open up to our entire community, and we hope that you'll go out to the fairgrounds and participate in the Ag Expo. And then I wanted to mention that since our last meeting, the board has had an opportunity to do school walkthroughs. We've been to Collettsville School, Gamewell Middle, Gamewell Elementary, and West Caldwell. And I can't tell you the excitement that we feel when we go out and we have an opportunity to be in classrooms and talk to folks at the schools about the great things that are going on. If you haven't done so, spending a little bit of time in our schools to see the great work being done by our professionals, you'll walk out feeling much more positive and upbeat about the great things that are happening in our school system. So thanks to those 4 schools for being great hosts, and we'll be going to some other schools this month.
Thank you, Dr. Phipps. As we move along the agenda, we have honors and recognitions, and we know that many of you have come for that. And the board's going to move down here to congratulate those recipients. And I'm going to call on Mrs. Libby Brown to lead us in this part of our agenda.
Chairman Pennell, Vice Chairman Branch, board members, and Dr. Phipps. It is a pleasure to recognize our students and our faculty in the Caldwell County School System, and we know that we're in the throes of the cold and flu season, and customarily we do shake hands, okay? So we thought about getting really creative and doing the little hand, the little foot shake, or the little elbow bump, but we're going to forgo that today. And we're just going to congratulate you because we want to keep a safe and healthy environment for all of our students. So you get a medallion and you also get a certificate of recognition. So as we call your name, please come up for some of our talented, beautiful art students who are on display in the Education Center Art Gallery. So we are going to start with Hudson Elementary School, and Emily Aldeco is the art teacher. And Jenny McNulty is the principal. And if Emily, I know Emily is here, why don't you come on up and help your art students along? Because at the end of each segment, we're going to let all you parents get a nice photograph. Jacob Day, he is a 2nd grader at Hudson Elementary School, and I think we may have his artwork on display. Usually, okay. And Emily Harrison is a 1st grader, so there's Jacob's. And then we have Emily Harrison, 1st grader. Her artwork is on display. Matthew Sanders is a 3rd grader, and his artwork is on display in the Education Center Art Gallery. And there we have the sharks. Ying Lai Vong is a 5th grader, and her artwork is on display. And Layla Wolf. We have a kindergartner who made the Education Center Art Gallery. Yeah. Very nice. Would you like to combine Hudson Middle? Okay, so this is our Hudson Elementary group. You want to come and get a picture? So let's Now we have Hudson Middle School, and Katie Elliott is the principal, and Kelly Woody is the art teacher. They are both here if they want to join us. Our first student for Hudson Middle School in the Education Center Art Gallery is Kylie Giles. So you can see her artwork. Right. Next we have Catherine Harris, who is an 8th grader. Gavin Hefner is also an 8th grader. Is that you? We noticed that lady right here. Silas Scruggs is an 8th grader. Silas. And Chloe Woody. So Chloe Woody is a 6th grader. So congratulations. This is our group from Hudson Middle School. And our final group for the 15 that we have on display here is Sawmills Elementary School. Kelly Smith is the principal. She's here this evening, and Brad Wright is the art teacher. So Cameron Chesson, 1st grader. So I think Kelly and Brad on, and we also have Miss Cameron Chesson, 1st grader. Congratulations. Marley Childress is a 5th grader. Marley Childress. Okay, she's not here. Okay. Dixie Price. Dixie Price is a 1st grader. So, Lane Rice. Lane Rice is a 5th grader. So Lane, join us. And Kelsey Trivet. Kelsey Trivet is a 3rd grader at Sawmills Elementary School. Next, we're going to recognize some elementary students involved in Beta, which has really taken the district by storm. So we now have elementary students involved in several of our schools across the district who are doing Beta. And Beta is an organization for 4th through 12th grades that promotes an academic achievement area, good character, leadership, and service. So we're going to start with Dudley Shoals Elementary School. The principal is Ryan Cooper, and the 2 sponsors are here, Deborah Miller and Vicki Cornett. If you'd like to join us. Okay. I think this is the first time we've ever had elementary students recognized at the Board of Education meeting for awards and then Junior Beta Convention. So it's our pleasure to start with Ryder Jennings. 5th grader Ryder was 1st place in 5th grade social studies and 7th place in the Quiz Bowl team. So congratulations, Ryder. Anderson Neal is a fifth grader, seventh place also in the Quiz Bowl team. So we're great effort on our Quiz Bowl team. Carly Reimer is a fifth grader, and Carly took fifth place in fifth grade language arts and also on the Quiz Bowl team. So congratulations. Lakin Stepp is a fifth grader, and Lakin took second place in the fifth grade math category and also on the Quiz Bowl team. So congratulations to this first time elementary school. And it's my understanding that Carly Reimer and Lakin Stepp and Ryder Jennings qualified to participate in the National Junior Beta Convention. So good luck to all of you in June when you head to Fort Worth, Texas. So congratulations. Okay, now we're going to turn our attention to high school. And before we continue with beta, we're going to have an interruption. This is a news flash. This is really hot off the press. We just discovered that one of our students from West Caldwell High School is one of 3 winners of a statewide playwriting competition sponsored by NCTAE North Carolina Young Playwrights Festival. This is a really big deal, so we wanted to sneak him in here this evening. Mitchell Cordell of West Caldwell High School. This is the perfect opportunity for Mitchell to receive collaborative, intensive, professional exposure to the world of playwriting that creates lasting memories. And he is now joined us by Tara Hatton, who is their drama teacher, and Sierra Bean, who's the student teacher at West Caldwell High School from Lees McRae. And we can't do this without the principal, Craig Stoward. So I know he's here as well. So come on. He's He's always working. So let's give a big round of applause to Mitchell for this. As promised, we'll talk about North Carolina Beta Convention again because we have winners from both High Brighton and South Caldwell High School deserving of recognition. David Caldwell is the principal of High Brighton High School, and Shauna Greeno is the sponsor, the Beta Club sponsor. If you'd like to join us, Mr. Caldwell?
He said yes.
You've been voluntold. Yeah.
Rain's there.
Callie Miller, 10th grader, first place division, speech 1. Austin Moore, 10th grade, 5th place division, sculpture. Katie Wisnett, 10th grade quiz bowl, first place in written test, and quiz bowl 5th place overall. No, not with us, okay. I'm looking to the High Brighton corner here. Nathaniel Wright, 10th grade, 2nd place, math. No. Well, I know this young man is here. John Pezzi. John Pezzi, he is a senior. He placed 5th in science for 12th grade. Quiz Bowl. The Quiz Bowl team was first place in written test, and they were 5th place overall. Mason Smith. Is Mason still join us? This is their senior squad here. Mason, 4th place social studies in 12th grade. Quiz Bowl, he was on the Quiz Bowl team that won 1st place in written test, and he was on the Quiz Bowl team that was 5th place overall. And then Mr. Joe Watson, also a senior. Joe, you want to join us? He was 1st place in math. So he is our math kid. And of course, he was on both Quiz Bowl teams. So congratulations to the High Brighton High School winning Beta team before us. If you don't mind, Shauna.
I'm sorry. Evidently, I left off my 3rd place, three-dimensional design winner, Maggie Earp. There's Abby.
We're proud of you, Maggie. We'll get you a certificate. Oh, we do? Okay. And our final group, South Caldwell High School Beta winners. The Beta sponsor at South Caldwell High School is our longstanding Jonathan Hass, who is also the North Carolina Beta state sponsor. Rob Bliss is the principal. So let's get started with our winning students. Ava Weaver, she's a freshman. Yes, Jonathan, please join us. And we have Ava Weaver, 9th grade. She won 5th Division 1 on-site drawing, so very good. Leah Boff. Leah is a sophomore, 1st place in language arts, 10th grade. She isn't here this evening. Okay. Alexia Citron. Okay, she won 2nd place, Division 1 speech. Our high school students are very busy. Okay. Sophia Van de Klahorst. Okay. Sophomore, is she with us? Yes. Okay. 1st place math. 1st place math and 1st place Division 1 fiber arts. Rachel Kribner, also a sophomore. Rachel is with 2nd place Division 1 on-site painting. Jaden Norman, Jr. Jaden won 2nd overall engineering team. So we have several here from the engineering team. Bradley Russell, Jr., 5th overall robotics team. So we are taking home the medals in robotics and engineering. Congratulations. Zarina Villacourt, Jr., 2nd overall engineering team and 5th overall robotics team. She's not here this evening. Okay. Landon Dockery, Senior, and he won 2nd place math. Okay. So you two, well, Joe's gone, but these two can buy it out after that. We have 1st and 2nd here, right here in Caldwell County. Nicholas Mastravito, and Nicholas is a senior, 2nd place engineering overall. 4th place science senior, and he's also 5th overall robotics team. A very busy young man, so congratulations. Kayla Rudder. Kayla Rudder, I know she's here. She's a senior, and she is 2nd overall engineering team and 5th overall robotics team. Lauren Turner, senior, and Lauren isn't here this evening, but she was 2nd overall engineering team. So we have a very nice looking group. Mr. Haas, did you want to say just a word?
Also, we have the beta choir.
Well, you do have.
Not them.
Yeah, they're not here this evening because.
I have a representative.
Oh, we do have a
Vice
representative.
president's here. You want me to?
Yes, please, because we have the show choir. They took 5th overall. So.
Yes, our show choir, most of them are in Winston-Salem with the chorus at MPA tonight, but we do have one of our people who's actually a band student, and our club vice president, Mackenzie Denning, is accepting on behalf of the show choir this evening.
Good, thank you. So now if you'd like to take pictures, Mom and Dad. We don't have any Mom and Dad high school students. The beauty is right. Congrats. Did you want to say something? I think Jonathan Haas would like to say something to the board, since he's our North Carolina Beta sponsor, which I think you're the first to hold that title.
From Caldwell County.
Yes, the first from Caldwell County to ever be a North Carolina Beta sponsor.
I just want to publicly thank the board for for your long-standing support of Beta and the other student achievements in Caldwell County. As I have worked with Beta clubs across the state, sad to say this is not a universal practice for a board to take time to recognize student achievement the way y'all have, and I just want to publicly commend you for doing that. And I want to publicly commend all the Beta club sponsors in Caldwell County. We came together and did a Beta Expo. We had about 8 or 9 schools represented. Our 3 new elementary clubs were all at the state competition from Sawmills, Dudley, and Granite Falls. Their sponsors jumped in and helped. You saw the student awards. So it's really exciting to see the growth, and I hope our elementary Beta, it's kind of new to North Carolina, but the national office is trying to promote it, and I hope we can promote it locally and see it spread to all the eligible schools in Caldwell County. And I have a small token from Beta Club for you to keep on your desk, just for you to remind us of all the bright young students and the sponsors working with them throughout Caldwell County. Thank you for your time.
You can see he has the heart for it. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. You're welcome to stay for our business meeting, but if you want to get, the sun's still out since the time has changed, and maybe there's some homework to do or whatever. But anyway, have a good evening. Thank you for being here.
You know, he's a timekeeper. 3 minutes.
Okay, we're going to continue on with our agenda. The next item on the agenda is public comment. And as of this afternoon, we had 3 people signed up for public comment. And our rules for public comment is 3-minute time limit. Our attorney, Mr. Destin Hall over here, will be the timekeeper. So let me call to the podium Cindy Eisenhower. Is Cindy Eisenhower with us this evening? Okay, we'll move on to the second one. Rick Caraway. Is Rick Caraway here? No? Okay. And our third is Pam Douglas. Right here at the podium. You're fine. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I had read the article in the newspaper for the Oak Hill School. I guess I was going to put a different spin because I assumed there would be many families here that would be advocating to keep the Oak Hill School open. However, I have a little bit different spin. I'm a parent of a child that attended one of the larger K-8 schools. I'm also a business owner here in Lenoir. And what I wanted to do is just speak to the fact that my child attending a K-8, I think it was a great experience. However, I feel like when she went to high school, it kind of left her ill-prepared for the social aspect. She was very much in culture shock. Also, academically, there were many classes, while the school was fabulous, there were many classes at the high school that were offered at many of the middle schools that were not offered at the K-8 where she went to school. So academically, she was a little bit behind. She's a straight A student, but there were like Math 1, some of the foreign languages, they were not offered. Also from the perspective of athletics, while the teachers there, the schools, they have to serve multiple jobs in the K-8, so oftentimes you left a lot of teachers that were having to be coaches, and a lot of times they didn't get the same athletic opportunities that some of the middle schools got. As far as the competition, it was only between the K-8. So I see a lot of disadvantages. Although my child had a wonderful experience at her school, I just feel like it did somewhat leave her not as prepared culturally, socially, somewhat behind academically. She's having to catch up extra credits, even though she's a 4.0. Some of her GPA is a little bit lower due to that fact because she has one less credit than a lot of the other kids in the same grade. Also, from a business perspective, and being a taxpayer, I feel like Oak Hill School, having such a small population, is a tremendous burden on the taxpayers and on the school. And I know part of the budget issues are that the state has not released their budgets and money's tight, but I feel like the money would be better spent knowing I own an agency that has 7 different facilities, and I know that it costs quite a bit when you're running all those facilities, the maintenance, the upkeep, lunches, all those things. Financially, to me, it makes sense for us to close that. And I know that's probably not a popular stance, but I am a parent of a K-8, so I can speak to that, and as a taxpayer. So I just wanted to put in my 2 cents. So I think that's it. Do you have any questions or anything?
Thank you very much, Mrs. Douglas, for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here. Next on our agenda, I'd like to call on the Associate Superintendent, Dr. Jeff Church.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Dr. Phipps, I have 1 item for your acceptance and 3 items for decision. For the last, I guess, 2.5 years or so, we've been working with a performance contract, and you guys are well aware of that. We've been working through the state energy office and through with Train. We have Rich Penner here with us tonight from Train. If you recall, our project is a $6 million energy upgrade project for the district, and the man behind us is guaranteeing us that it's not going to cost the school system anything. the money that we save in energy is going to pay that bill. So as part of that, he has a nice presentation for you, and I'm going to turn the podium over to Mr. Rich Penner from Train.
Thanks, Dr. Church. Good evening. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Dr. Church did a great job explaining what we're doing. This is a really impactful project that we've got going on in the school district. The very first part of what we did is lighting retrofits, and we did them in almost every school building across the district. And there's more exciting things to come. The duration of the project's 18 months, so we appreciate you guys bearing with us while a lot of these energy measures are being implemented at your schools. But the good news is utilities, especially like Duke Energy, large utilities have rebate programs. So when you do an energy efficiency measure, we can apply for a rebate incentive. And in this case, we did that for the lighting. We originally thought it was going to be about $160,000, but it turned out to be $258,000. So it was more than what we anticipated, and that's why I'm here tonight, is to present this check back to the school district. So here it is.
You got it down.
And so again, it's $258,000 going to Caldwell County Schools from Train, and it was collaborative in that, everybody was working together, but we did submit the forms to achieve this rebate, and we just got, I think Dr. Church has the real check, but David Johnson, the CFO, does. He's probably already hopefully deposited that. So anyways, with that said, yes, okay. Okay.
All right. There you go, David. Take that to the bank. Yeah. Let's do that every month. Okay.
Thank you. Item B is Needs-Based Public School Capital Fund Annual Report. This is an annual report that we have to submit. This is for our needs-based grant. It has to show the state how much funds we have expended from that state grant. As of the date of the report, we've expended just over $1.2 million of the $15 million grant for Granite Falls Middle School, and that is 8.4% of the grant. So I respectfully request that you approve the report as presented.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the needs-based public school capital fund annual report as presented by Dr. Church?
Chairman Pennell, I move that we approve the needs-based public school capital fund annual report as presented by Dr. Church.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Item C is the School Justice Partnership Resolution that we spoke about at the last board work session, and I have it up for your approval. However, we need, due to last-minute legal advice, we need to make an amendment, and I am presenting it. We need to remove subsection K, and in essence, it talks about drafting a memorandum of understanding, and we have not done that. So I respectfully request the approval as presented with the removal of subsection K.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the School Justice Partnership Resolution as presented, removing subsection K?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the Caldwell County School Justice Partnership Resolution as presented with the removal of subsection K.
Is there a second?
Second the motion.
Okay, any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. And the final item is a proposed 2020-2021 wraparound rate increase. Mary Kidder presented that information at the board work session as well. And in essence, she is requesting a $1 per day increase in the morning and a $1 a day increase in the afternoons for a total of $5 a day each time increase for the next school year. Respectfully request approval as presented.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the proposed 2021 wraparound rate increase as presented by Dr. Church?
This time I make a motion to approve the wraparound rate increase as proposed.
Okay, is there a second?
Second the motion.
Any questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Church. Next, I'd like to call on Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Bill Griffin.
Evening, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chair Branch, members of the board, Dr. Phipps. You have in front of you this evening several items for discussion with Human Resources. First up is Human Resources usual and customary informational items. These items are for your information only and require no action at this time. Item B, Human Resource usual and customary action items. These are contracts. I respectfully request approval of those as presented this evening.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the Human Resources Services usual and customary action items as it relates to contracts?
Chairman Pennell, I move that we approve the usual and customary action items and the contracts as have been presented by Dr. Griffin.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Great, thank you very much. Section C, Human Resources usual and customary action items. Before you is the substitute list. I respectfully request approval as presented.
Do we have a motion to approve the Human Resource usual and customary substitute list as presented by Dr. Griffin?
I move that we approve the substitute list as presented.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Great, thank you very much. And finally, item D is our March board transfers for 2019-2020. As you see before you this evening, total transfers requested are 21. Recommended board approval of 21, bringing us to a total of 1,865 for the school year. I respectfully request approval of those as presented.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the March board transfers for 2019-20 school year?
Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the March board transfers for the 2019-20 school year as presented.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Griffin. Next, I'd like to call on our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. David Johnson.
Good evening. Mr. Chairman, board members, and Dr. Phipps, I have three amendments tonight. The first one's for the State Public School Fund. It's in the amount of $1,001,527.49. It includes third grade reading bonuses, 4th through 8th grade reading bonuses. In February, we paid touch over $315,000 in bonuses and employer benefits to employees that qualified for the teacher bonuses. These were state mandated bonuses, of course. This is an additional $360,000 in the transportation allotment and $271,000 in developmental day funds for a total of $1,001,527.49 to the State Public School Fund. Amendment number 7 is for the Federal Grants Fund. It is for $87,339. It's basically for federal program allotments and some changes that were requested by program directors. And budget amendment number 8 is for the local current expense fund in the amount of $15,500. It's for adjustments to the local current expense fund for the transportation budget. I would like to request these be approved as submitted. If approved, it'll bring the total budget for Caldwell County Schools to $117,278,592.87.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the budget amendments, those being state, the federal, and the local current expense funds?
I make the motion to approve the budget amendments for state, federal, and local expense funds.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
Okay. Item 8B, I'm seeking approval for the annual financial audit. It's for our financial audit year ending June 30th, 2020. The audit contract and engagement letter was presented at the March work session. Audit services are to be provided by Smith, Anderson, and White. They're certified public accountants based out of Statesville. Actually, they have a few offices. Mike White will be our primary contact, and he's based out of the Statesville office. School district audits are highly specialized, and the local government commission requires board approval before they can begin any work. I feel like these are pretty competitive rates. The price quoted and is in the contract for $35,000, which is a savings of $3,800 over last year. As you're aware, we're looking closely at all of our expenditures in an attempt to decrease our use of fund balance. So any savings that we generated certainly has a positive impact on our current expense budget. I would like to request approval of the annual audit contract as submitted.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the audit contract for fiscal year ending June 30, 2020?
Move we approve the audit contract as presented by Mr. Johnson.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Next is our superintendent, Dr. Don Phipps.
First item, 9A, is seeking your approval on two policies. These are new policies that come from the School Board Association. They have been up for the 30-day reading. And the first policy is policy 3228-7323, which is the use of personal technology to conduct school business. Second policy has three numbers associated with it, 4334, 5035, and 7345. It also is a new policy, and it is the use of unmanned aircraft or drones. And I want to, before you vote, to let you know that the unmanned aircraft policy will be looked at by the FAA. There may be changes that come up, so we may have to amend this at some point in time. But this is the information that we have to go with. You know, this is sort of an emerging area of interest, and there'll be policies for sure that are associated with it. But I'd respectfully request your approval of these two policies.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the board policy 3228-7323, as well as 4334-5035-7345? Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve policy 3228-7323 and 4334-5035-7345 as presented.
Is there a second?
Second the motion.
All right. Any questions? Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Item 9B is the Early College and the Applied Sciences Academy calendar for the 2020-2021 school year. I'd like to propose this to you for your approval tonight.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the Caldwell Early College, High School, and the Caldwell Applied Science Academy calendar for 2021? That's 2020 through 2021.
Chairman Penland, I move that we approve both the Early College High School and the Applied Science Academy High School calendar as is currently presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, does anybody have any comments or questions about it? Had an opportunity to review it?
So this gets the two calendars as close to possible, being the same calendar as possible, which is a good thing, right?
Good. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
My last item is requesting your approval of the new records retention and disposition schedule. This is from the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources, Division of Archives and Records in the Government Records section. This is a requirement that we approve this, so we've put it before you for approval.
Is there a motion to approve the new records retention and disposition schedule as presented?
I make a motion, we accept the records and retention disposition schedule as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes. Are you gonna do this or change? You have the dates on there?
It's on
No,
there.
it's
It's
not.
on the,
Okay.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Okay, need to vote twice or just once?
Just we can do them all together.
Okay, we're going to add 2 meetings, and we're going to change our board meeting in April. So what we're going to do is add a community meeting on March 18, 2020 at Oak Hill School at 6:30. We're also going to add a special budget session on March 23 at 2 o'clock. And we're going to change the April 9th board meeting date to April the 6th. Do I hear a motion that we make those 3 changes to our calendar?
I make a motion, we add the community meeting March 18th at Oak Hill School at 6:30, special budget session March 23rd at 2 p.m., and change the April 9th board meeting to April the 6th.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion changed.
Chair.
Motion is approved.
Chairman Pennell?
Yes.
The March 23rd budget session will be here
Yes.
in this room. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you, sir.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is a closed session. Do I hear a motion that the board go into closed session?
Chairman Pennell, I move that we convene to closed session to discuss confidential personnel matters as listed on our current agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes and the board will go into closed session. And when we come out, we expect that there will be no action at all. So, have a good evening.